I recently switched into data engineering role, and since then one of the most common questions that people ask me is how I switched my career from data analytics to data engineering role. So here is my journey of transitioning from data analytics to data engineering. Though I recently started with my data engineering role, but the foundation of this journey started in 2022 when I made my first job switch. At that time, I was already having 2.5 years of experience in data analytics with core expertise on SQL and Power BI, and had great experience of end-to-end Power BI development and implementation. And with this skill set, I joined a startup organization again as a Power BI developer. As I started with this new role, I was assigned on a project where I had to work closely with the client counterpart for their Power BI development and implementation. My job included tasks such as connecting with the client counterpart to understand their business requirement, understanding their businesses and the problem associated with it, and accordingly providing them with the Power BI solutions. Initially, there were 2 Power BI developers and 2 data engineers in that particular project. But after the completion of first phase of the project, I was the only Power BI developer and was also responsible for representing the organization at the client location. As the setting up of the ETL process and the data pipelines were already being done, data engineers were working remotely, and hence I was the immediate point of contact for the client. As my job role was more into Power BI and I already had experience in the same, I was executing my day-to-day tasks well, and whenever there's some additional or new requirement on backend ETL part, the client used to convey the message to me and I used to connect with the data engineering team. While doing that, I started learning about the data architecture of that particular project that I was working on. And simultaneously I got more interested into it. I got to know that PySpark and Airflow were the 2 primary components that are being used for the ETL processes, and few other processes were running on Python. So I was familiar with Python, but in terms of hands-on experience, PySpark was completely new to me. So I started learning more about it, and over a period of time, I got decent exposure and decent understanding of how PySpark works. Besides this, I also enhanced my Python skills by practicing through various platforms. And after that, I started reading and understanding the existing PySpark codes that were running on dev environment. And over a few months, I started writing some of the existing code that helped me a lot in improving my skill set. After some time, when I got decent knowledge of the code, I started handling the additional requirement for ETL too. And whenever I stuck, I had the data engineering team of the project to help me out. And likewise, after few months, I started handling both Power BI as well as ETL part of that project. I personally believe that the team I worked with helped me a lot in getting hands-on experience in data engineering despite being in data analytics role. And this helped me a lot in making the switch into data engineering. The best thing that I like about the startup organization is that you get the opportunity to work on multiple tech stacks. Besides this, one of the most important part that helped me in this process is that I initiated to learn the tech stack that were beyond my daily scope of work. So if you are also someone who is thinking of switching from data analytics to data engineering role, or from Power BI development to data engineering role, then you can also go for learning those tools which are currently being used in your project. This will not just help you with learning but also with getting hands-on experience. I hope you will find this video fruitful. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe the channel for more such contents.